This is QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Kairaba Avenue, and I am Ashma Uba. Thanks for joining us. We start with the breaking news. More than 2,600 people have died after two major earthquakes struck Turkey and Syria. Over the years, Turkey has been a good friend to the Gambia, and we send our condolences to the government and people of Turkey. As this is a developing story, we hope to bring a full report on this tragedy in tomorrow's bulletin. Now here are the main news headlines. President Barrow presided over the opening of the 2023 legal year on Sunday at the High Court in Banjul. The Gambia Law School held the 11th call to the bar ceremony on Monday for 72 students. The 52nd meeting of the Technical Committee of the West Africa Monetary Zone opened on Monday as part of meetings in the ongoing week-long 2022 end-of-year statutory meetings hosted in the Gambia. Now, 40 students at SS Institute of Creative Design graduated on Saturday, after completing a year's training in various skills for self-employment. In international news, today, February 6th, is commemorated annually as International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation. Now, those were main headlines. The news in detail. Thanks for being with us. Now, President Barrow presided over the opening of the 2023 legal year on Sunday at the High Court in Banjul. The event highlighted the process and challenges of the judiciary over these last 6 years and how much independence our judiciary has acquired in that time, with landmark judgments. Modulamincho reports.
A colorful ceremony, a procession of members of the bench and the bar, form part of the highlights of the opening of legal year 2023. Led by the Chief Justice of the Gambia, they constitute lawyers, magistrates, justices of the lower and superior courts, and cadis. It is a stock-taking moment attended by actors and partners in our justice system. President Adama Barrow presides over the event.
Over the years, my government took gains strives to uphold good governance, democracy, and the rule of law, especially with regard to separation of powers between the three organs of government. In doing so, we have accomplished a lot towards the establishment of justice and the provision of legal services through the Ministry of Justice.
The judiciary is a state organ that protects the rule of law and supremacy of the Constitution to ensure democracy and good governance. It is widely recognized that for the past 6 years, our judiciary has demonstrated some independence in administering justice, as evidenced by some landmark judgments, which among other things have stressed the supremacy of the law and the limitations of legislative authority and executive power. This is believed to have boosted public trust and confidence in the Gambia's judiciary. Hassan B. Jallo is the Chief Justice of the Gambia.
Last year, in the year 2022, the total number of 11,568 cases were filed in all the courts in the country. This represents a significant increase of 30% over the previous year of 2021. That's a very, very huge increase in the number of cases. In 2022, of the 11,568 cases which were filed, the courts were able to dispose of a total of 6,800, and this represents 58% of the workload, and an increase of close to 2,000, that is 1,978 cases, over the number of cases concluded in the previous year.
Though the judiciary has registered developments in terms of resources and infrastructure, some challenges remain, significant among which relates to inadequate funding and capacity and the enforcement of court judgments. Salih Tal is the president of the Gambia Bar Association.
It is not unusual for litigants to have judgments and are yet unable to enforce their judgments over a number of years, despite the exhaustion of all appeals and not the current state of affairs with regards to the enforcement of judgments is really deplorable and needs urgent attention.
The Minister of Justice, Dauda A. Jallow, outlines government's achievements over the years in the Gambia's transitional justice process, including the pursuance of justice for perpetrators of human rights violations within and beyond the country.
Steps are also being taken to develop and design our own accountability mechanisms, which will focus on greatly encouraging the participation of victims in seeking justice and accountability. Since the publication of the white paper, government is currently in the process of preparing its implementation plan, which will be launched during the fourth quarter of this year.
This gathering of members from all the state organs of the Gambia is a unique moment given the separation of powers and checks and balances that define their complementary mandate and functions. The success of the judiciary depends on how much everyone is committed to its independence and efficiency in delivering justice for all, for sustainable peace and stability in the Gambia. Mohamed Lamin, QTV News.
At a call-of event presided over by the Chief Justice, the Attorney General and members of the General Legal Council, the Gambia Law School held the 11th call to the bar ceremony on Monday for 72 students. And Sumane Sonyasi has more.
Be it known that I, Rugi Tomasi, the Director General of the Gambia Law School, hereby certify that the names of the individuals I am about to call have successfully completed the bar professional training course.
I, on behalf of the General Legal Council, hereby call each and every one of you to the Gambia Bar. Congratulations.
Rugi Tomasi, Director General of the Gambia Law School, reads out their names, and the Chief Justice Hassan V. Jallow acknowledges formally inducting them into the legal profession as lawyers. As the rule of law becomes entrenched in the society, it is not unusual to see more students choosing to pursue a legal career. Having successfully completed their vocational training, these young lawyers are conferred with certificates and awards signifying what has been described as a fulfilling achievement. The end of one rigorous academic journey and the beginning of another important chapter in their academic pursuit. Addressing graduates, the Chief Justice of the Gambia, Hassan V. Jallow, pays tribute to the law school for its contribution to the growth of the country's judiciary and shared words of encouragement and advice with the graduates. He reminds them of their duty to uphold the rule of law and the need to be always guided by justice and cautions against any professional misconduct.
It's a lot of hard work which therefore lies ahead of you in terms of research on the law, application of the law, dedication to the briefs and the interests of your clients, and to the cause of justice.
The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. A. Jallow, says he welcomes the graduation of another batch of homemade lawyers with extreme delight, taking cognizance of the huge investment government makes in the training of lawyers each year, and implores graduates to represent the profession with honesty and integrity, adding that their conduct in court should always be exemplary.
The legal profession does not exist without challenges. However, the challenge comes with responsibility, which requires reflection, decision-making, and action.
Keynote Speaker Justice Hawaba of the Supreme Court also stresses the importance of being ethical and truthful as lawyers, adding that their struggles, sacrifice, and years on vocational legal training should reflect in their work in a manner that well represents the legal profession. Justice Barr thanked parents and the law school's administration for their support and guidance to these young lawyers.
For the work we do is a calling, a vocation. Members of the public may admire our black gowns and horsehair or synthetic white wigs, or they may be torn off by them. They may even scoff at them. Students may engage in debate as to whether our robes and wigs are the relics of colonialism or whether the time has come to discard them. But these are not our concern. We are the ministers of the law.
Out of the 72 students who graduated, 34 are Gambians, 33 Ghanaians, 4 Cameroonians, and 1 other national. And in what has been described as a very promising sign in the drive to closing the gender parity within the legal profession, 40 of the 72 graduates are female, and the first 5 students of this graduating class to be called are all female. Answane Sonyase for KTV News.
Now, the 52nd meeting of the Technical Committee of the West Africa Monetary Zone, WAMS, opened on Monday as part of meetings in the ongoing week-long 2022 end-of-year statutory meetings of West African monetary institutions being hosted in the Gambia. Alusise is covering the meetings and he now reports.
Delegates representing central banks, finance ministries, and monetary institutions of ECOWAS are meeting in Banjul between the 2nd and the 10th of February to review their approved work plans, progress, and challenges in the implementation of their work. Mort A.K. Seka, Permanent Secretary 1 at the Gambia's Ministry of Finance, who doubles as the chair of the Technical Committee, applauded delegates for their commitment to the West African Monetary Zone and the common goal for a single currency for West Africa.
Today's meeting marks a crucial moment in our journey towards the WAMS shared vision. We will engage in meaningful discussions to assess the latest developments and progress within the region, including the pressing issues of macroeconomic stability, the optimal inflation growth threshold, inflation targeting, and the progress of WAMS statistical harmonization. We will also delve into the important matter of financial integration with updates on the West African capital markets integration, insurance sector development, and the payment system development in the WAMS.
PS Seka hopes the outcome of the meeting will lead to a greater understanding of the challenges faced and steps needed to address them. Dr. Olorunsola Olofeso, the Director General of the West African Monetary Zone, said the meeting will give delegates the opportunity to interact and share experiences, as well as provide solutions to some of the challenges facing the WAMS. The WAMS DG presented a progress report detailing progress made in implementing approved work programs and activities in the second half of 2022.
So for the trade, concerning the trade, inter-trade momentum strength in 2022 compared to the recovery experienced in 2021 due to the lingering adverse effect of COVID-19, rebalances of production toward non-exportable, as well as protracted land border closure in some member states. This really affected trade because it was when they opened the border that we were able to travel, we were able to move goods from one place or import. In fact, it really affected export generally, as well as import.
Deputizing for the ECOWAS Commissioner for Economic Affairs and Agriculture, Dr. Peter Kofi Dasi, Acting Director of Macroeconomic Stability and Multilateral Surveillance, gave assurances of the ECOWAS Commission's fullest commitment to implementing the programs of the sub-regional economic integration.
As we all know, building regional integration is a long and tedious process that requires the support of all. In this regard, the ECOWAS Commission will continue in collaboration with the various stakeholders to play its role in strengthening the regional integration process and improving the living conditions of our people.
Delegates at this meeting called for joint efforts towards the growth and prosperity of the West African Monetary Zone to benefit ECOWAS citizens. At the start of the meeting, the Gambia was unanimously retained as chair of the Technical Committee of the West African Monetary Zone. The 46th meeting of the Committee of Governors and 49th meeting of the Convergence Council are scheduled to take place on Thursday and Friday, respectively. Reporting for QTV News, I am Alusise.
Now that story by Alusise will lead us for a commercial break, but when we return, we have more local as well as international news stories for you. Do stay tuned.
Finger again. Amna lu manqué de.
Lu manqué?
Armanti mayonnaise. Su amul duma lekk.
Maa ngi ñëw man maa jéegi armanti.
Ah.
Noo ko gisee?
Saf na neex na ndax moom ci armanti mayonnaise ak sauce boo ko ciy def rek dafay neex.
Nii la.
Armanti mayonnaise. Ren la am 28 years.
Wow.
sa cafka mosul ci tegoon tànkam fala ko teg ba tey
man maak Armanti dama ko miin yàlla dafa dogal Armanti dafa doon sama xarit
yéen jéegi réew mi nee naa leen ñaar fukki at ak juróom-ñett du fukki at ak juróom-ñett déedéet du ay fodde maa la wax lii dugg leen ci bépp marché bépp supermarket bépp boutique ci biir réew mi am na 500 millilitres 1000 millilitres ak 5 kilos li ci gën a tee dàq mooy def leen indil 25 grammes mooy caatu mayonnaise bi am na margarine bota am na bota ice am corned beef bu yàpp ak bu ginaar am na sardine ak banana milk Armanti daal dafa complété lépp ngir noppal jéeg yi seen biir waay.
Armanti product the good quality food.
As the fastest growing GSM company in the Gambia, QCell has the widest 4G plus coverage in the country, 3 times faster internet speed than our competitors. So switch now and dial *335# and enjoy what true 4G feels like. QCell, the Gambia's trusted network.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV News with me, Ashma Oba. Now, 40 students at SS Institute of Creative Design graduated on Saturday after completing a year's training in various skills for self-employment. Lena Igwenyiba reports.
SS Institute of Creative Design aims to prepare people for work and develop citizen skills to remain employable and respond to the needs of the economy. These students were trained in hairdressing, makeup, tailoring, fashion design, event planning, decoration, among other valuable skills. The Vocational Institute is fully accredited by the National Accreditation and Quality Assurance Authority, NACA. Suaibu Fabure, principal of the SS Institute of Creative Design, speaks on the invaluable benefits of skills training in any country.
It is often said, a nation that lacks creativity in her youthful population, her progress and prosperity will be slow. If we want Gambia to develop, obviously we must have a youthful skill first. And at SS Institute of Creative Design, we believe that we've created the platform where the youths of the Gambia, especially women, their potentials will be harnessed.
Acquiring lifelong skills will contribute to the workforce and entrepreneurial success, civic participation, resilience, and youth leadership. Alhaji M. Jawo, board chairperson of the institute, highlights the importance of skills training to enhance the employability of Gambian youths to effectively contribute to national development.
I therefore appeal, let us not see our children who cannot pass academic exams as failures. I believe if they cannot cope with academic works, introduce them to skills. Surely they will do better.
At least 41% of Gambian youths are unemployed. The unemployment gap among the youth population is further deepened by their inadequate TVET skills. Through initiatives by SS Institute of Creative Design, such as this one, and proper implementation of the Gambia's TVET roadmap, there is the potential for youth to benefit from life-changing skills that will increase their opportunities to earn a living. Faba Jame, Director of Employment at NACA, underscores the need of providing skills training that meets the standard of the job market.
The ministry is working with the Labour Act or the Labour Bill. The Labour Bill intends to regulate the labour market so that there are greater opportunities for graduating students to be able to enter into the labour market either as employer or as employees.
Seinabu Balde, the best graduating student, is a high school dropout. She is thrilled at having come this far and speaks of her aspirations.
Yeah, right now I'm having my own plans, trying to build my shop, my own tailoring shop, start investing for myself, working for myself, to be my own boss. To my fellow youths, boys and girls, the advice I have for them is we all are not meant to work at the office, banks and stuff.
SS Institute of Creative Design is committed to providing quality training, skills and careers well designed to suit the needs of the market force to those who want to acquire lifelong skills. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena E. Gwinyiba.
Now, market vendors have been persistently complaining of the closure of the new Farafenni market since its completion. While the main market, many canteens are being used for storage, preventing potential occupants, who therefore resort to selling on the roadside. Don Williams investigated, and here is what he discovered.
The new market at the Lomo has been closed since it was handed over to the Kerewan Area Council. Ami Drame, a market vendor forced to sell by the roadside because of the inappropriate use of the canteens, explains.
The canteens are usually closed. They don't open often. There are a few canteens that are open. They should try and open the market for us so that we can do business. But there are too many stores in the market. People are looking for shops and they don't have them. We are appealing to the area council to allow us to occupy the market.
Ami Sisi, a World Development Committee member, spoke about various matters arising from the situation at the market.
The shops inside the market are being used as stores, and that is not appropriate. If the market is for the women, let them allow us to sell there, instead of using shops as stores. Women sell by the roadside, and an accident almost happened there a few days ago.
I put the complaints raised to a senior official at the Kerewan Area Council office. He referred us to the ward councillor, Papa Tunkara, who addressed the allegations.
As I'm speaking with you right now, there are already forms that are out for those who are interested in those shops in the market to go and buy the forms for $500 so that we can start operating in that new market. The reason why the market was closed it was simply because there was no water electricity existing in that particular area. This is why the market was closed. But now the electricity is almost there, and water, inshallah, we will be there, inshallah, very soon. So this was the reason why the market was closed.
This is what he had to say about the closed canteens.
We need to look into that issue very well, because as you rightly said, and that's the fact, you see some people are taking shops, they have 2 or 3, which sometimes they close and make it as a store, which is definitely prohibited. That's the major cause of it. So those are challenges that people are acquiring now in the market. You cannot have a shop and have another shop for a store when people are not having where to operate their own businesses. So it's not telling well. So these are challenges that we definitely have, and as a council, we'll try to deal with it one by one so that we can try to finish with all those issues.
Papa Tunkara made a plea for collaboration and cooperation from all to take proper care of public spaces. Don Williams, QTV News, Farafenni.
Let's now shift our attention to international news. Today is International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation. February 6th every year is a day set aside by the UN General Assembly to intensify efforts to eliminate the practice. Julden Jai tells us more.
The theme of the 2023 commemorations is partnership with men and boys to transform social and gender norms to end female genital mutilation. Today, men and boys are more educated and receptive to change than before, and in some countries they are more likely to disapprove of female genital mutilation and domestic violence than women and girls. Partnering with men and boys without detracting the focus from women and girls ensures families, communities, institutions and policymakers support and invest in girls to promote the elimination of female genital mutilation. More than 200 million girls and women have experienced female genital mutilation, and at least 4 million girls are at risk of undergoing the practice each year, according to the UNFPA, the Gambia. And some 31.6 million people in 15 countries with high FGM prevalence have made public declarations to abandon the harmful practice. The day provides the opportunity for government, member states, civil society organizations, development partners, activists and other relevant stakeholders to raise awareness, renew commitments and reiterate that female genital mutilation is an unacceptable harmful practice and a violation of women and girls' basic human rights. Over the last 25 years, the prevalence of FGM has declined globally. Today, a girl is 1/3 less likely to undergo FGM than 30 years ago. However, sustaining these achievements in the face of humanitarian crises such as disease outbreaks, climate change, armed conflict and more could cause a rollback of progress towards achieving gender equality and the elimination of FGM by 2030. In the Gambia, there is evidence that FGM is still practiced. According to DHS 2018, published by the Gambia Bureau of Statistics, 75% of Gambian women aged 15 to 49 have undergone FGM despite the laws put in place to put an end to the practice. The Gambia is one of 84 countries that have outlawed the practice. Just last week, according to the Voice newspaper, a woman in Yanija district in the Central River region was alleged to have circumcised 3 children who were between the ages of 4 months to 1 year. The accused was among the 30 badges of circumcisers who declared they have abandoned the practice in 2013 during the dropping of the knife campaign in Wasu, organized by Gamkotrap. In commemoration of the day, the National Human Rights Commission has issued a statement saying, as women's rights are human rights, the Commission calls on all fathers, brothers, uncles, including political, social, economic and religious gatekeepers, to become more actively involved in the advocacy for the elimination of FGM in the Gambia and to be a vigilant keeper of their sisters and daughters. Jaha Dukure, a Gambian anti-FGM campaigner, is the face of the UN's commemoration of the day this year. For QTV News, I am Julden Jai.
That's all we have, but before we go, a recap of our main news headlines. President Barrow presided over the opening of the 2023 legal year on Sunday at the High Court in Banjul. The Gambia Law School held the 11th call to the bar ceremony on Monday for 72 students. The 52nd meeting of the Technical Committee of the West Africa Monetary Zone opened on Monday as part of meetings in the ongoing week-long 2022 NFVS territory meetings hosted in the Gambia. 40 students at SS Institute of Creative Design graduated on Saturday after completing a year's training in various skills for self-employment. In international news, today, February the 6th, is commemorated annually as International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation. Well, that's all we have for this edition of the news. Join us at 10 p.m. for more news. Thanks for watching.